like your wish list. You've got a very concrete agenda. Will you share with us two things? Share with us your vision for Barcelona 2020, and then government and business. What would really help?
Well, I like the question because sometimes when I listen to people saying that we cannot wait for policymakers, I always recall an example. We would have never had the Sixtine Chapel without Julius II, not without Michelangelo, but without the client, the Pope. And like it or not, we are the Pope in here. So we have to define a common vision. That's the first.
Who's the Pope?
Me.
You are the Pope.
In Barcelona, I'm the Pope. That's the first. So the vision has to be set by the politicians together with everybody. That's the first point. The second thing, before really answering the question, because many issues have been raised. The second point, and very important, I'm a bit also fed up with the moral paradigm reigning in the Western world. I think there's something related. If you pollute, you are mean. Well, you're mean, but you make a lot of money out of it. So we have to get rid of that. Didn't we say that we are in a capitalistic world and we accept that? The choice has to be better. And economically speaking, I'm going to go to that, we have to generate an alternative that has to be better than the other one. Yeah. And I'm going to explain you my vision with a little story. There's a company that has a factory here in Barcelona that produces cars, and they have a factory in a certain place where a tsunami happened. Those guys produced a car that had a plug-in and a plug-out to charge that car and to let some energy out of the car. There was a lobby of big energy producers that stopped the production of that car with a plug-out. All of a sudden, we had that big wave. And politicians thought that if those guys if they had all those cars spread all over the place with that plug out, perhaps even though excuse me for my English, the factory of energy was cleaned by the wave, they would have had another kind of factory distributed everywhere in each garage of that country, being able to produce the energy that they needed for 4 strategical and critical days. That's the revolution that we have to go through. Because if we do it well, that makes a lot of money. If I have an island of houses, and that's my vision, if I have an island of houses in Barcelona, one of these islands that you have behind us, being able to produce some energy in the roof, sun, we have a lot of sun, wind, we have a lot of wind, that goes down and charges my car, that I don't use very much because I take the metro, and I use the energy that is in that small energy warehouse in my car to give light to my home. I can unplug my house from the general plant. But I need an efficient network, I need an efficient fan, I need an efficient sun collector, I don't know the word for that in English. I need efficient everything, and I need intelligent to run that all. We haven't got that. Say what you want. We don't have that from our company. It doesn't exist. We have beautiful things in Rio. We have very nice things elsewhere. We have unbelievably interesting things. We haven't got the platforms to really manage that. I think we want Barcelona to be the first city doing that in the very short run, but we have to do it with other cities, I'm sure that, and we have to do it with industry.
Are they supporting you at the moment?
They are supportive. I have never met.
Okay, who here likes what Antonio is saying? Is this an opportunity for you to help bring to life?
I hope so. I think so, and I hope so, because a lot of the clean energy alternatives are relatively high capital costs and relatively low variable costs. Whether you're looking at wind turbines, solar, smart grids, charging stations, or whatever. So it's the investment challenge, which is the big challenge. And this is where the partnership between business and government comes in. If you can find ways of de-risking that a little bit by providing a guaranteed market, you can get long-term money, pension fund money, into those kinds of areas. That there's many opportunities where you can take an area which actually would be high risk, high reward, and make it low risk.
It's going to happen.
I agree, but where? Where and when?
The problem that we have is that all the city economy was based upon the brick. It was based upon the brick. So all the money went to the bricks because the paradigm was if you put money on the in the bricks, then you are going to be very well paid off. That's over. Thanks God, that's over. We are in this mess that we are now because of that. So, and that model is over. So the paradigm has changed. I need people like you that want to stay with me for 50 years. So the payback is going to come back to us as in the old days, or the old industrial days. You remember? Well, we don't remember them, but our grandparents did that. All those industrial days where the assets were sound, where the balance sheets were sound, and were based on long-term businesses, not in something called business that was not business, that was the Monte Carlo casino. It's another thing. And that's what we have built together in this Western world.
Questions from the room. Questions from the room. We have one, please. Just shout out. The mic's too slow.